Good morning, good morning, good morning. My name is Lou Ann and welcome to Blackberryrock Homestead. Looking at Veggieland, it is looking beautifully. I finished this 8-foot bed, except for adding dirt. I got volunteer tomatoes everywhere because there's one over there. So pretty much I do believe this one is done. I may add that, well, I don't know. I need to put rocks in that. This is sort of a garden tour. I've started the next 8-foot bed. This will stay up there. Hopefully that squash will look good. Look at that cabbage. And then over here, there's a bean growing. And of course, lettuce going to seed. I just fixed this today. So there's that second one that's 16 feet. So there's two. 16 feet. Let's go look. I'm still waiting for my, trying to think what the name of this is, y'all. Chamomile to bloom. Do have basil. And there is, marigold ready to bloom. And I did put down some bone meal today. On the other side of these tomatoes because I noticed, I'm just going to try it. I noticed there's bottom end rot, so I just sprinkled a bunch of bone meal. Hopefully it'll work. These are pretty much our Cherokee purples, I do believe. Look at that big old tomato there. And of course I know I need to harvest the cilantro. I've got some peppers. I bought some peppers. I bought some basil. So this is a pepper I've never tried before. It was on clearance, so why not? And I'm not very good at growing peppers. This is a Chitito. I think that's let me put these two peppers down and look at the tag. This is what that is. Supposed to be a sweet pepper. I'm going to go ahead and harvest that while I'm out here. And the chicken wire's here because chickens. And then, of course, basil. There's some purple basil. You know you can make tea out of basil. Did you know that? And I bought some celosia. It was on clearance. Of course, there's the lemon balm. Chocolate mint over there. This kale, I do believe, is going to seed. I need to weed that bed so badly. The stuff I planted there, the okra, I don't know if the okra's coming up, but I thought I seen it the other day coming up. But I did plant, the nasturtiums are coming up. So there is my little small harvest. And of course basil. I got peppers. This one's getting ready to bloom. The sunflower's getting ready to bloom too. And then here is the scallop squash. Never grown that. And it's kind of rotten too on the ends. You have a volunteer tomato in here. So then over here is tomatoes. I think this is where I put my brandy wines. There's basil here. There. Love to see that right there in the garden. Love, love, love. First time. And I planted, these were on clearance. I've added that. I just finished this bed. Oh, I just see another pepper I missed. And then this is cherry tomatoes and zucchini right here. So, and then there's a sunflower in the middle. And this, like I said, this is a hot pepper. Put that down in there a little bit better. Hungarian wax peppers. I planted one here because they was on clearance. There is some celosia in there and zucchini, which I'm thinking about pulling this zucchini plant out just to give this tomato more room, but I don't know, because there's 2 tomatoes. I may have overcrowded that. There is my Tabasco. Oh, it's turning. Look there. And I do have the first habaneros on there. And of course, them sunflowers are growing. There's elephant ears. There's a pretty daylily. And pretty soon, I think I will be harvesting some Brussels sprouts. I've never grown Brussels sprouts. This is the first year I've grown. So to my understanding, you got to break off the lower leaves to give them a chance to form the Brussels sprouts. All underneath there is cabbage and weeds. A lot of weeds. And then my potatoes are dying out here. So, and then daylilies, and I see it has some jalapenos over here. I'm going to let them grow a little bit bigger. I need to weed this bed badly, so I could get into seeing what I need to harvest and what I don't need to harvest. There is a scallop. I do believe that's what this is. And I did put some stuff there. There is a rose bush in there somewhere. So this has carrots and parsley and some dahlias. I've never seen a dahlia bloom, but hey, try this year. I think I overplanted this tub. There's a cannon, there's a tomato, and I don't remember what tomato. The tomato's looking pitiful. And there is some celosia in there in the back. Zucchini here. There's tomatoes, and I need to get rid of this mint. So that is pretty much the garden, and down there is the jungle and the blackberries. So looks like these potatoes are dying out too a little bit. Look at that. Ain't that gorgeous? And this is pretty much flowers and cannons. So that is it for today. So see y'all later and have a very blessed day.